Welcome to Birds of Prey Sports, where we cover Orioles and Ravens news weekly. We're your hosts, Jared and TJ. In this video, we'll be covering the Orioles versus Cubs series, and I think we should have known that the series is going to be trouble for us just because the Orioles cannot, and I mean cannot, play against the NL Central. I don't know what it is about playing against them. Played the Pirates earlier this year, lost the series. They played the Brewers, they beat us down 2 games in a row. We swept the Reds, so there we go. Um, who else is in the Central? Obviously, we lost. We got swept by the Cubs, which we haven't got into yet. And then
Yeah,
there's another team in the Central. Forgot.
wasn't sure.
The Cardinals got swept by them. So like we got swept by the two teams we be swept by this year, NL Central teams. We've lost 2 series out of the four out of the 5 teams. So we lost 4 series out of the 5 teams, but we swept the Reds. So not that that's really an accomplishment, but like that happened. So I will say the NL is not bad. Like the Cubs had expectations going into the year. They're not performing, but of course we made them perform. Um, our offense was just terrible all series. We got shut out the last 2 games, like of the series, and that's not good going into the Yankee series, which it'll prove, right after, we'll get into that in another video, obviously in the Yankees video. But
Mm.
I don't know what it is about the NL Central. The Orioles just play dumb baseball every time they play the NL Central. I don't know what it is about, but it's just it's borderline embarrassing, because it's like, what are we doing here? But I mean, I I don't know. Like, hopefully we don't play like the Brewers in the World Series or something, because we can already chalk that up as a loss,
Or, yeah,
Because
or any of them if they just decide to have a Rangers type run at towards the end of the
yeah,
year.
like we don't need to play the Pirates and like I have Paul Skeens go game 1, like and then Jared Jones and then somebody I forgot the other pitcher, and then like Paul Skeens would probably destroy our
No,
roster.
no, that just gives me Chiefs and Ravens vibes because Paul Skeens, his girlfriend is Libby Dunn. So you already know the camera's probably going to be showing to her every time he gets a strikeout or something.
That happened during the All-Star game. I don't know if you remember that, but to be fair, he only pitched 1 inning. I mean, I guess they don't do it as annoying as they did on the NFL, because I felt like they showed Taylor Swift okay, they didn't show Taylor Swift that much, but like they only showed like when Travis Kelce did something. But like Travis Kelce's a good player, so he did a lot of things. So they showed her a lot. But I mean, they don't seem to show, because I don't like, because baseball has their own broadcast. Like, so it's not like they're playing on CBS or anything. So I don't know if the Pirates broadcast shows her all the time, but they had her mic'd up during the All-Star game, I think.
See, like, what reason do you have her to be mic'd up? Is she going to be pitching on this
Like
mound?
Michael, the other player's girlfriend's in,
Yeah.
like I guess because she's special. She went to LSU and she has a huge following off TikTok, but like, you know, I don't know. Um, anyway, enough of players' girlfriends, we'll just get right into this video, or getting right into the stats and everything. All right, can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right, good. I can't see you. Oh, here you go. I don't know. ZoomX dumb all the time. But anyways, the Orioles get, I actually went to this game. I got the beach towel. Again, I'm prepared for the video because I don't have it with me right now, but it's over there. I see it over there in my room, but I get a beach towel. I don't even go to the beach. But it is nice though. Good crowd on hand too. I think they should have it here. Yeah, 30,000 for I think it was a Tuesday. So that's pretty good. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. So, but the Orioles offense didn't show up at all. So first inning, Bush hits a homer to right to make it 1-0. Nitto is a sacrifice fly to make it 2-0. Orioles get one back. It was Westbrook hits a home run, make it 2-1. Who was newly elected to go to the All Star game, and so congratulations to Westbrook on making his first All Star game. Suzuki singles to center to make it 3-1. Swanson grounds into fielder's choice to make it 4-1. Orioles have I think they have like the bases loaded or something here, but then Santander Graz's a double play. A run to score, but that's the last time we scored the series. And then after that, the floodgates open. Ian Happ hits a 3-run home run to make it 7-2. Suzuki doubles to left. Horner scores to make it 8-2. Horner grounds into a fielder's choice. Mastroboni scores. That is very, very questionable last name. And it makes it 9-2. So the Orioles wind up losing this game 9-2. Our top hitters in the day, Gunnar Henderson goes 1 for 4 with a run scored. Adley goes 2 for 4, but doesn't drive in anybody. Westbrook goes 1 for 4 with an RBI, home run, and a run scored. and that's pretty much it. Santander doesn't get the RBI because he grounded to a double play. I actually didn't know that until this year. Like, if you ground to a double play but a run scores, you don't get the RBI. Like, so that's interesting. Because if you ground to a fielder's choice, you still get the RBI, I think. Or you ground
Right,
out and a run scores, you still get it. But if you
right.
ground to a double play, I guess you shouldn't really be rewarded for a double play. So, I mean, I get it. Just like I found out as well, like in like defensive indifference, I think it's called,
Hmm.
isn't a stolen base on the record. It's defensive indifference. Like, so I figured that I'm gonna do the show, but I'm not gonna yap about that. I'm gonna yap about the Orioles here. Westbrook gets a home run, his 15th on the year. He gets an RBI, his 50th of the year. And we only had one chance to run to scoring position. We were 0 for 1. That's the Santander double play. And that's you never great when you see that we have two errors. Dean Kramer makes his second start since coming off the IO and just absolutely does not do good at all. Goes 4 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned runs, 7 runs, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 2 home runs given up. Brian Baker, of course, does good once the game's already over. 2 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Keegan Aiken goes 2 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. And Dylan Tate goes an inning, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, no strikeouts, and a home run, and one no walks and 1 strikeout. Excuse me. So just not a good first game. Like, I mean, honestly, just to come out, coming from the West Coast trip, starting the last series before the All-Star break, not a good start. Nobody pitched good. It seemed like outside of Baker. Dylan Tate, I believe, got sent down after this game, and I had to be honest. I don't think he's gonna get another shot. And it's really unfortunate though, because like he was really good. In 2022, and just that injury, like he just doesn't. He don't look the same no more. Like and it's a shame because we really need bullpen arms to step up. I thought that Tate would be a huge addition for our bullpen this year, after
Hmm.
not having it last year. But maybe electing not to get surgery really damaged him. I don't know, but So, anyways, kind of give me a reaction to Game 1 of the series.
Well, it's definitely not the ideal start you want. Your starting pitcher, he gives up 5 earned runs, only pitches for 4 innings. We would like to get, a little bit of a lengthy, little bit of a lengthy inning run out of him, at least,
Right.
6 innings at least. And just, letting again, like how you said, an NL Central team come into your ballpark and put up 9 runs on you is disappointing. Where were our top guys like Henderson and Santander, and Mountcastle, even kind of O'Hearn, 0 for 4. Like where were our guys at in this game? Where were their heads at? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's not a ideal start, and this whole
Yeah.
series wasn't really an ideal
Yeah.
home stretch for you to have, but
Exactly. It doesn't get any better.
it's just disappointing. These are only 2 runs scored in the entire series. All the other games, it's just shutouts. And
Yep.
it just really makes you think, this was before the All-Star game, but what happened? What was going on with the Orioles offense during the stretch? Why
Right.
were we not able to get good contact or good hits on the ball?
Yeah.
Really, what's going on? Are we tired? Is it some sort of fatigue? What's going on?
Well,
So
I mean, they had that insane June stretch. They went on the West Coast for 2 series, so I guess I can't blame them for being tired in a way, but like, I don't know. It's just runners in scoring position has been an issue all year. Like me and you always say that, because it's like, oh, we were 1 for 9 with scoring position, but we hit 3 home runs and we won 8-2. So it's like it doesn't matter. But like there's gonna be a point in time where it does matter, and these are the series I'm talking about. Back-to-back series between this series and the Yankee series where it's like we got the guys on base. Let's score. I mean, maybe not this game, we only had 5 hits. But like there'll be plenty of games we can cover between the Yankee series and the Cubs series where it's like, oh, we had 8, 9 hits, but we were like 0 for 10 when we're on scoring position. I don't know. I felt like every game of the series, every inning, it felt like we got the leadoff man on base. And then it was like pop up, strikeout, pop up. It's like not advancing the runner. Like if you're gonna get out, advance the runner. Whether it's like a deep one to the gap and they catch it, but the runner edges the second, or a ground out to where you pull the second baseman off. So then he can't go for the double play. You got a runner in score position at second right there. But no, it was like it felt like that all weekend. It just like boom, pop up, strikeout, pop up. Not a lot of hard contact. And the Orioles are starting to be a little bit, I'm not going to say this yet, but they're starting to become this boomer bust team. And I'll explain at the end of this why that's an issue. So we're going to go into game 2 of the series. Um, so obviously getting better, 4-0, 4-0 loss. Um, Morel homers to center, make it 1-0. Warner singles to right to make it 2-0. Suzuki singles to left to make it 3-0. And Bush singles to left to score Horner to make it 4-0. What the hell is this? And then the Orioles don't do anything. It's funny that our only game that we didn't get blown out was the game Burns pitched. Um, our top hitters, look, 9 hits, no runs. Like, Mountcastle had 3 hits. But this is what I'm talking about right here. 0 for 11 runner scoring position. Didn't I just say that in the freaking like 2 seconds ago? Like, it felt like we got 9 hits, but we were like 0 for 10. Like, I just said that. And
Right.
this is literally what happened. Like, it felt like every inning we were getting guys on base, whether it was hit or, well, I wouldn't say a walk. We only walked once, but, no plate discipline for anybody. It just felt like swing and a miss, pop up, swing and a miss. Like, I mean, we only struck out 8 times, but still, like, it just felt like it just wasn't happening. You know, Burns goes 6 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, no walks, and 5 strikeouts, and no home run given up. He gets a loss. He's 9-4 in the year. Ciano Perez goes an inning, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, and a strikeout. Jacob Webb goes an inning, no hits, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. And this is what I was talking about. Dylan Tate, he didn't get sent down the last game. He got sent down after this game, I think. Goes an inning, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, no walks, and 1 strikeout. And just, I don't think he got it anymore, to be honest. And it's unfortunate, but um that injury man messed up his derailed. I don't want to say derailed his career, but maybe he can find another resurgence. But like, yeah, he just doesn't look the same. Like, you look at this, you see 13 pitches, 12 strikes. That's not bad. So it's not like he doesn't have command,
Mhm.
but well, he kind of doesn't because the balls are trailing in the middle of the zone. Like, he's throwing meatballs every pitch. It feels like.
Right.
Like, throw him in against Aaron Judge, and Aaron Judge is going to take him 500 feet deep. So maybe multiple times if you give him 4 bats against them, so he got something after this game. We caught up like some guy named, forgot his name, like Chris Birch or something like that. So Birch Smith, I think. I don't remember, but you know, yeah, not a good outing from anybody. Obviously, with the 9 hits and no runs scored. So kind of give me a reaction to this very disappointing loss in game 2.
I mean, well, this game falls on the fact that, we were 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position. And, it goes on again, what's wrong with our plate discipline, or what's wrong with our bats? Are we sort of getting frozen, when it comes to, looking at the zone, kind of tracking where the balls are going? Are we just, I don't know, again, are we just fatigued? Why is our bats just not able to produce? Why aren't we
Right.
able to at least draw? They scored just by driving in singles. Yeah, that guy had a
Yeah.
home run, but all they did was just
Small
hit
ball.
small ball singles. Why can't we do that? We were known
Yeah.
for doing that all of last year. This year we're like one of the top teams when it comes to hitting home runs, but last year it was clutch hits, clutch singles. Why couldn't we at least take a part of that from last year and use it to win this game? We
Yeah.
had we had 11 chances
Yeah.
and couldn't get at least one of them.
And our top guys, Henderson 0 for 1, Mountcastle 0 for 1, Westberg 0 for 1, Rarchman 0 for 2, Cowser 0 for 1, Santander 0 for 1. Like, I mean, Mateo McCann Hayes, like, that's not surprising. But, like, with the other guys, it's like, what the hell? Like, do something,
Yeah,
like,
it makes guys like Burns look bad. I mean, he's 9-4. Yeah, he allowed 9 hits and 3 earned runs, but it makes like when you look at the stats, it makes him look bad. Like how we always talk about Lamar. We had
right,
we always has like 120-yard passing games and like 3 touchdowns. Like he just looks ugly.
right.
It makes Burns looks bad and stuff like that. So
Because that performance from Burns, like, that's not a losing pitcher performance. Like, he gave you a chance to win the game. 3 runs is manageable. You can get 3 runs on one swing. You can take the lead on one swing when you're down 3 runs, you know? So, like, that's not a losing pitcher performance. That's a good performance. I mean, outside the 9 hits, he didn't walk anybody, and he struck out 5. This is what we want from our ace, a guy who maybe he doesn't have his best stuff for the night, but he gives you a chance. That's all we want. Because with some of our guys, like Kramer, even Rodriguez, means like you could throw meats in there as well. I don't know, but like they are when they're good, they'll get you 6, 7 innings. But like when they're bad, they don't give you a chance to win. They blow it up. 6 runs, 7 runs, 8 runs. Like we just saw Kramer give up 7 runs in the last game versus the Cubs. But with Burns, it's 3 runs or maybe 4 if the team is lucky. That's a chance. That gives you the chance to win the game. And they didn't do that. So
Mhm.
considering you scored no runs, So we're just gonna move on to game 3 of the series before I get a little frustrated. Um, I guess it's
It
making
doesn't
me
even
more
help.
frustrated.
Just
I'm gonna say we lost ain't nothing. That doesn't make it any better. Um, Suzuki doubles to left to make it 1-0. Butch doubles. That guy Butch has been killing us all series. To make it 3-0. Suzuki too. Freaking Suzuki. Makes it 4-0. Swanson homers to make it 5-0. Suzuki again 6 freaking nothing. Hap doubles to right, making 7-0. That's 7th inning. Whoever pitched that inning needs to be cut. Swanson singles the center. It's freaking takes bum ass. No, look who it is. Look who it is.
Oh, Irvin, he needs to be sent down too.
He needs to be sent down to the freaking gulag or something. I don't know. He stinks. Anyways, not a lot of chances to do anything when you say have 5 hits. We have 5 hits and went 0 for 5 runs in scoring position. Like, come on, dude. Come on, man. So, man. Suarez goes 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and he gets the loss. He's 5-3 in the year. And then Cole Meatball Irvin goes 4 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, and a home run given. That's terrible, man. That is complete ass. Like that is terrible. He needs to stop swerving meatballs in the zone and swerve his ass to AAA. He stinks. God dang, man. I don't like this dude, man. He pisses me off. Every time he comes in, I know his ass is gonna give up 4 or 5 runs. I'm getting sick of him. We freaking went to that freaking Sunday night baseball game. I already knew the Rangers were gonna freaking blow our backs out because he was pitching. He stinks. He's really bad.
Well, it's like 11-2.
Exactly. And he freaking lets him ahead for the cycle. So
Some
I'm getting
unknown
sick.
guy.
We
Who
need to
is
freaking
he?
use his trick. Well, I mean, White Langford was a top prospect, so we'll give him that.
I
But
don't know
yeah,
him, so he was. I'm sorry.
yeah, he didn't fit the TJ ranking systems, but. But anyways, yeah, I probably went too much. Oh, look, we got an old friend here though, Jorge Lopez. He did good against us. Um, but yeah, Irvin, man, God damn, he stinks. I guess. Anyways, before he gets our channel demonetized. He's a nice dude, but you can't be a
Right.
nice dude when you're pitching, right? Like, so. Anyways, just not a good series overall. So I guess kind of give me your reaction to this, blowout loss again versus the Cubs.
It was just a disaster series. Definitely not the type of series that you want to have at home. It seems like we're prone to having a lot of some bad performances here and there at home. And
Hmm.
this was about like our second or third time getting swept this season.
Hmm.
It's it kind of looks strange after, that long stretch we had without being swept. This is like the second time this year we've been swept, but the big key to this series was the runners in scoring position. We were 0 for 11 in the first game. We were 0 for 5 in the third game. We had chances to win, especially, in the second game, Corbin Burns, it wasn't a good marriage from pitching the run scored ratio. He gave us a chance to possibly come back and win that game. I'm not too sure about this game three. I think I was at work when this was happening, but when you're just for anything in runners in scoring position, you can't win, and
Right.
you won't. And this just really concerns me because, like you said, this has been a problem for us all year. And we have big aspirations. We have pennant chase aspirations. We have World Series aspirations. You can't even. I mean, if you can't even at least go one for something in runners in score position, how do you expect to win any game? How do you
Right.
expect to get past the ALDS, which we couldn't get past? How do you expect to get past the ALCS, which we haven't gotten past in like 40 years? How do you expect to get past any round in the playoffs? We
Right.
need to fix this. And it's crazy because we have good hitters.
Right.
I don't think we need to add any, you know, superstar hitters or anything, but I
Right.
mean, so on pitching, but we have good hitters. What's wrong? These guys can't keep going through these droughts again
Right.
because it's going to be August in a couple weeks from now, and then, September and then October comes around, it's playoff time. So
Right.
you really only got 2 more months to get your S together. I'm not going to cuss. You got to get your S together. You got 2 more months to do that. So, hopefully this series was, kind of a reawakening,
So
and some of
the
these guys
next
is
series wasn't
fire.
great.
Well, it kind of got better towards the end, but
Yeah, I was gonna say, man.
hopefully all of this before the All-Star break was a reawakening because these guys really
Yeah.
need to together.
Yeah. I
So,
mean, honestly, what I was alluding to earlier with like the boomer bust potential, there are two sides I'm going to bring up here, why it's a good thing and why it's a bad thing. Because there was a statistic someone pulled up. I believe I forgot what beat reporter it was, but they pulled it up and they said the Orioles home run percentage and what they rely on to score is at like almost 40% or something like that. So they score a lot from their home runs. I mean, they lead the league in home runs, so of course they're going to score a lot of their runs from home runs. But that matches up well with the last few World Series champions, where I think it was the Rangers relied a lot of the home runs, the Braves, Astros, all these teams relied a lot on the home run ball. And, you know, that matches up well. But why that doesn't work, that's the good part of it, where it's like, yeah, like we can win a World Series with that. Our offense could win us the World Series alone. With Albert Suarez in game 7 on the mound, we could probably win that freaking game because our offense can hit a lot of home runs. But why is that not good? How many World Series did we win in the Buck era? How many World Series did we get to in the Buck era? That era. You want to know why? Because we were that boomer bust team. And when it was boomer bust, we didn't boom. Like we busted. Did he? So like it's just like it makes me kind of worried because like I guess last year we weren't really boomer bust. Like we were more of that small ballish team who could hit a few home runs. But I would say that kind of was in our detriment because like you know, maybe we could have hit a little bit more home runs in the postseason. But like, look at the Rangers; they went crazy. They went nuclear last year in the postseason. What's crazy to me is like the Rangers are almost like us, where they had good starting pitching that got hurt and have a crappy bullpen, but they have the team offensive wise, that can lead you to the World Series. If the Orioles can come out of the gates scoring 10 runs a game in the postseason, you're gonna win the World Series 9 times out of 10. You know, unless like freaking they call it Bill and Tate again, or have Brian Baker pitch a game again, in the postseason, which was he didn't pitch like most of the end of last year, and they brought him in the postseason. But anyways, that's not the point. The point I'm trying to make here is that the Orioles offense can lead them to the World Series, but they have to get hot, and sometimes you have to go into the postseason hot. But the Rangers didn't last year. They got hot as soon as the playoffs started. So I hope that maybe with the playoff experience they had last year, well, the 3 games, they could be like, all right, let's lock in. No, it's time. It's time to get focused and let's start hitting some bombs again.
right.
So because I'm gonna be honest with you, if I sit down and watch us, because well, we're not guaranteed to be in the postseason, but let's be real, we're probably making it. Like I'm glad I can say that, where it's like we're probably gonna make the postseason. Like there's a 90% chance we're probably gonna make it. But I don't want to sit down and watch in the postseason. I don't want to turn on TBS or Fox or whatever it is on this year and watch the Orioles score 2 runs and lose 4-2 because Burns pitched a great game. The bullpen gave a few runs, but our offense went. Because I've actually, if we sit here and make a breakdown video and say, oh, game 1, we went 1 for 15 runners scoring position. Game 2, we went 0 for 10. Game 3, we went 2 for 15. I don't know. I don't want to say that because then I'm going to say the same things I'm saying right now, where it's like boom or bust. Because if you're not hitting home runs, it's time to play some small ball. I don't know how easy or hard that is, or difficult, whatever it is, to turn that switch on where it's like we can't hit home runs. Let's start playing some small ball to win when we start making more contact and hitting the ball hard. And I don't know, like you know, everyone was losing their mind on Twitter. When it came to these 5 games that we lost, and honestly, we picked the wrong time to lose 5 games because that's the second time in a few weeks now that we've lost 5 games in a row. That's 10 losses right there. That's 10 losses right there in that span. And what makes it even more wild is we could put the Yankees in the dirt by now. The Yankees are playing like crap. They look terrible. They look absolutely terrible. Of course, we made them look great. But outside of that series, they didn't look great. They hadn't won a series until they beat us in the series, and they're like when they played before the All-Star break, since like the beginning of July. No, sorry, the beginning of June. They hadn't won a series. They were getting swept or they were losing them every single time. They were getting blown out a lot too. We could have put the Yankees in the dust by now. But no, we kept them in because of these 5 game losing streaks. So I guess we kind of went on a little bit of a rant there towards the end, but that'd be our breakdown of the Orioles versus Cubs series. A very disappointing series. And hopefully not a testament of what the Orioles are going to do mostly in the second half. Um, but don't forget to like, subscribe, and share on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you can. All our social media links will be in the description below. Don't forget to check out our second channel, Casual Cinema, where we rate movies from our casual perspective. Me and TJ are for sure going to movies this week. So expect maybe 2, maybe 3 videos up there soon.
Yeah.
With reviews of Long Legs, Deadpool, and Twisters. So finally get some content on that channel. And don't forget to subscribe here for Birds of Sports, and we're out.